Ladies and gentlemen, SideStrafe here with my Hangar module and ship for Star Citizen, and this is, of course, something that you have access to if you were a backer during the Kickstarter phase or if you decide to pledge today. Now, I decided to go in a little late. I unfortunately wasn't able to help out during the Kickstarter phase, and I've come in recently with the kernel package, which has of course granted me the Anvil AeroSpace Hornet and the business class Hangar. And I have to say, even though I can't fly this thing out of here right now, I'm really impressed with what they're doing, graphically at least. You know, Chris Roberts and his team, they've said, look, we want to make a real PC space flight simulation. A PC game that takes advantage of current and next generation hardware. A PC game, a real PC game from the ground up, not a port, 100% PC first. Where it goes from there, I don't know, but you know, this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gents. This is the kind of stuff I grew up with. PC first titles that really took advantage of hardware. And to see them using CryEngine 3 and to put this much detail into their models. I mean, look at this stuff. Look at these thrusters. I mean, fantastic. Just the grading here, the texture work. I mean, this is nuts. The wiring, weapon systems. Unbelievable. Now, I will admit, the only thing I don't like about the Hornet is the front, the nose here. I'm not sure what these fans are about, some sort of intake. I don't know. I feel like some sort of space debris or garbage is going to get stuck in there and cause some problems. But if they could almost close that off, that would be cool. Otherwise, it's a fantastic looking craft. And we'll climb into it. Now, keep in mind that this is pre-alpha. Frame rate's kind of low. It's pretty buggy, glitchy. I don't even have footsteps unless I go into third person, as you can hear. But I'll climb in and open that up. See, there should be some sound effects for this as well, but they're missing. I think it's only from the Hornet. I think the other ships that you can purchase work fine. But check out these animations. Smooth and fluidic. And then the cockpit. My goodness, the cockpit. Look at the detail. This is just absolutely fantastic. All the little displays. And I think that these displays here on the right and the left are supposed to pop out. I don't know if there's a button to press that will make that happen. But you can move your flight stick around, and it is kind of choppy. Again, that just seems to be some sort of glitch with this alpha build. But I'm okay with that. They are working on more important features right now. But this is fantastic. Imagine actually being in outer space with this type of view, being able to look out and see the stars and the planets and enemy fire coming right at you. But this is just wow. You can also go out to some other views. Here's the back view from the front, and then again just look around. But wow. Now, I'm assuming that if you're fighting other players out in space or you're with your buddies, you'll be able to see them and maybe fly next to them and check out their cockpit and see them within it with all this detail. I mean, that would be cool unless there's some sort of level of detail option that switches some of that off. But wow, the poly count is crazy. But we can even get out of here. We can look at it from this perspective as well. Or go out into another camera and watch us get out of the cockpit. Really nice animations there. I think some of the run animations are a bit silly or wonky, but there's always time to work on that. Again, this is pre-alpha. I'm not expecting too much out of it. But yes, once again, my business class hangar bay. If I decide to purchase another ship or 2 or 3 or 4, I believe the bay will expand. I'm not sure what the limitation is. You can also buy a larger bay than business class, and then there's one below business class as well, I think. And I believe that there's supposed to be another one on top of all of them that perhaps some people that backed during the Kickstarter phase have access to. But we'll do a little tour here. You can take the elevator up. That opens to a second level here. Look down at my ship. Really cool looking. I like the color palette within the business class. There's a door here which doesn't lead to anything, but I guess when the game launches it might. The black and white look, kind of Mass Effect Citadel feel to it. So now we can go down here. And again, the game is just jittery and glitchy. Frame rate's a little low, even in this hangar bay, just because it's you know, a pre-alpha thing, and there's a lot going on, I guess. But not sure what this is, if it's just part of... I don't know what that is. Let's go over here to the back. We can run by holding shift. Be a part of something great. And you've got a commercial here for the Aurora, which is another ship that you can actually purchase. Which has some cool features from what I've seen of other people's videos. But yeah, it's just nice that you can customize weaponry and loadouts on these things as they're showing you here. But you can actually go watch this trailer or commercial on YouTube, the full thing. But let's get to some of the important stuff here. Well, I'll show you this first. There you can see that there's another outfit. And I'll go into third person. We'll hit use on that and switch into a new outfit. So that's one you have available to you. I'm sure there will be a lot more. I can see this being a microtransaction thing where you can buy different clothing and whatnot. So right now I've got kind of like a mercenary or smuggler look. Switch back into that. I definitely need a space helmet. That's for sure. But anyway, here's the good stuff here. This is your control panel. And you'll have your list of ships on the side here. Right off the bat, let me tell you that this would make an excellent iPad or Android app. Let's face it, you're going to be away from home or whatever, and you want to customize your ship from work or school or whatever. This would be fantastic, because the way it works already, you can see that it would lend itself perfectly to a touch device, phone and whatnot as well. But here's the cool thing. So you've got your ship. There's the weapon systems, power. Let's take a look at the thruster. All right. I can go ahead and take this thruster, drag it out, hit F, and you can see that it's actually removed it from the ship. Now, it's a little funky looking because, well, you can see right into those tubes or whatever they are, but I guess what else are they going to do? So that's cool. And then we can go ahead and put it back or change it out for a different part if you have access. Put that back there. There might be other ways to navigate this. If there are, I don't know what they are. I guess this should go... There we go. We just got to pop it right back there into the correct spot. You can go to cargo. Do the same thing there. That's my little cargo bay within the ship. So you can see we put the thruster back on. And here's where the cargo bay was. And now it's been removed. That's so cool. That is so fantastically, amazingly cool. It's really simple, but it's cool. I like little things like that. I don't know about that sound effect, but... So we put that back. Oh, or try to put that back. And same thing, you can do the same thing with the weapons and whatnot. if you have access to different things. So now that is back in. So you can have different guns mounted on the wings or on the nose. And I actually paid, I think, an extra $20 over Veterans Day to have the military skin or externals applied to this, but that will be sometime in the future, I think. But again, I just think it's nice. It's like, hey, you gave us some money. Here's the hangar bay and your ship to look around and play with. I think a lot more Kickstarter or crowdfunded games should do that, because it's hard to part with money and not get anything. And, you know, not that you got this right away, but it's cool that today you can just go in and pledge and have something to download and play with. You know, I think that makes it feel a lot more real and believable, that, you know, it's like, okay, this is really happening. Because I'll tell you what, I've been waiting so long for a developer to say, hey, we want to make a real PC game. And the fact that it's going to be a space flight simulator, because I'm not a big flight sim guy, but I think that for some reason I've always just inherently loved outer space, and I think to be able to fly through the stars and see all the planets and things like that, and be able to carry out various missions and even do a whole bunch of them with friends and whatnot, I think that this is going to be cool. And the fact that you can almost say that this is my ship, you know, here it is right here. I own this ship. This is mine, and I'm in the hangar bay. You know, and we've all played games like Eve, which I'm not going to compare them because they're really two different games, but, you know, to just be able to walk up to your ship, and maybe they're not as large as some of the things, you know, maybe you can't have a destroyer or something, but maybe you can in the future, who knows. This is just, I don't know, there's something about this that just really kind of blows me away. And there are some pretty big ships. There are ones that can house a pretty large crew. You can maybe have 5 of your friends with you. There's different room for people. You can have like a cargo ship, a science vessel to do different tasks and whatnot as well. And I just think that is really neat. There is a variant of this Hornet called the Super Hornet, which I don't think is available. I could have purchased an upgrade for it, which would have made this a 2-seater, so you'd have the pilot and navigator, and that would be pretty cool. But, you know, again, some of these things do get kind of expensive, so we'll see. And there's a few other ships that I would kind of like to get, so I might share that if people are interested in seeing what else I purchased. But you can also see them on the website and other people's YouTube videos if you're really that curious. I will have links in the description below to the Roberts Space Industries site, which is what it's called, for Star Citizen. And you'll be able to go there and pledge, make an account if you want, reserve your nicknames, and go ahead and buy some ships and look around your own hangar bay. I will warn you, again, this is pre-alpha content. It's very glitchy. You might be missing sounds. Frame rate might be funky. It's not polished or optimized. It's alpha. It's just them adding stuff. And it's just something to tide you over until the next phase of alpha or beta begins, where you'll actually be able to fly around and test out the combat and whatnot. But, you know, again, ladies and gents, very much excited about this. This is my way of saying, yes, I am interested in this title. Plenty of you have asked if I'd be looking at it, so here's your answer. And I'm just, you know, at a loss for words, because, you know, maybe it's not a shooter, and maybe I'm not that great at flight simulations, but hey, you know, space, ships, I've always had an interest in it, and, you know, to know that I'm dealing with a 100% PC first title, I don't think I can get any more excited. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you've enjoyed this look at my Star Citizen Anvil AeroSpace Hornet and Business Class Hangar Bay. I will definitely see you on the next one.